Bonjour mesdames et messieurs, in this video I want to show you the latest update of Luminar and how amazing this software has become. Bonjour mesdames et messieurs, my name is Serge Ramelli. I'm a French photographer from the amazing cities of Paris, France, and I make 1 to 2 tutorials per week. Click the subscribe button and don't forget to click the little bell so you get a notification every time I make a video. Alright, I just completed my Luminar masterclass. That is 11 different projects where I'm going to show you how Luminar has become an amazing software. In this free lesson, I'm going to show you how I shot and retouched this photo in Aruba, which became my most liked photo ever on Instagram, and I did it thanks to Luminar. The masterclass covers everything. You know, Luminar has become such an amazing software because it covers all of Lightroom and a good chunk of Photoshop. Like if you don't know how to use Photoshop, it's a great way to get amazing effects. There are some effects in Luminar, I would not even know how to do them in Photoshop. So let me show you this free lesson out of the masterclass and check it out. If you own Luminar, you really gotta have this masterclass.
Alright, in this last tutorial, I really want to show you the workflow that I really do on a day-to-day where I really work with Photoshop and Luminar to do extensive retouching, sometimes to just create a beautiful scene. So I'm going to show you this photo. This is a photo that I shot in Aruba a while ago, and I really loved it because it's one of these lonely trees that you find along the beach, and I had a great sunset like Aruba has. But we have a lot of work to do for this photo to become something really interesting. So, starting with the beginning, I'm gonna open up the shadows here, bring on the highlights. I'm gonna do my black point as usual, and then I'm holding on the option keep. On this one, I don't want to go too far. I just want a little bit of a black point, because I don't want the tree to be too dark, and then I'm going to press to hold the white point. Now, there's not much I can do about that. Maybe a little bit. And then I'm going to go to the AI filter. That's going to open up good the shadows of the tree. I really like that. And then I'm going to go to advanced contrast. Now, advanced contrast, look at the sky here. Check this out. If I boost the highlights all the way, I get all the yellow, which was there, and somehow kind of lost in the raw file. I'm getting all that back. Midtones, same thing. It's pretty good. And shadows, it's good too. Now, I can add some regular contrast on top of it to make it pop even more. And the sky is way too bright for me. So I love to use the curve. I'm just going to make the curve go down. I'm only looking at the sky, and I'm going to go here and use the gradient mask. Click and drag and make a good gradient here. And so now this curve only affects the sky. And I can make it like I want to. I don't want it too bright. Maybe I'm going to rotate that. Maybe I want to make the entire sky just a little bit darker like this. That's kind of cool. Okay. And then split toning I'm not going to use on this one. Okay, the key thing to use on this one is to use the golden hour. I really want a golden hour look to this one. And I love the golden hour filter, which is here. And I'm going to boost the golden hour. Not too much, that's crazy, you know. I mean, this was a great sunset, so I still want it to be really cool. Okay, something like this. Now, we have a lot of cleanup to do. First, I'm going to, you know what? I'm going to crop this photo. So I'm going to crop it 16 by 9 as usual. It's here 16 by 9 as usual. But I want to remove this whole thing there. So I'm going to cut it toward the tree the closest that I can so that I don't have to do too much of cloning. And I still have a lot of cloning to do. Plus, I'm going to make it, I want the horizon to be straight. Okay. I think there's a tool even to, no, that's the tool to move this around. So yeah, I just eyeball it with the grid, make sure the horizon is kind of parallel to the grid, which is the case. And now we're really more on the tree. Maybe a tide bigger. Yeah, maybe a tide bigger. You don't want to have the star of the photo too close to the border. It's what we call in photography police border. You want to police your border, make sure you have enough space to breathe. Okay, so that's the basic idea, and there's a lot more to be done on this that can be done in this photo. First thing is I want to erase as much things and clean up as much that I can. So let's see what I'm going to go here into the erase tool. And the erase tool is actually pretty powerful here. But I think there's so much to erase that I'm going to need Photoshop. But let's see here. So it's going to prepare the image for the erase tool. And the way the erase tool works is really based upon like a sort of a content-aware technology where basically you have a brush and you brush and it becomes red what you want to erase. And then I want to erase all these little things here, just to clean up the image. There was a lot of things in the water that just looks, because it's a long exposure, that looks distracting. So I want to erase that. Now this is big to erase. I can try to erase some of that, but we'll do it. I think we might have to go to Photoshop for that. What else? I just want to clean it up a little bit. So I'm going to click here on done, and it's going to erase that. And so I know the software is going to be successful because all these little spots, they are basically, surrounded by texture. You see, boom, it did a great job. Now, this is a whole different matter. But let's see. We can give it a shot. So I can go back here. So now I have a layer called erased image layer. I can go back to the erase tool, and this time I can try to erase this whole thing there. But there's no way that it's going to do a great job at first. It might help though, and we might need, Photoshop or other things to do it. So let's see here. So again, when you do the stem tool or the erase tool with Luminar, it has to prepare the image. Okay, and then I can right click. Okay, I can just brush here, and say I want to erase all of that. And every time you're going to try doing this, you'll get a different result because it's kind of it's a bit of a random algorithm, at least in Photoshop. You get a different result every time. And I'm afraid it's not going to work well, but I wanted to show you and see, okay, if it doesn't work, what can we do? Well, this is going to take a lot of time. I mean, a few minutes to get this really cleaned up. So let's see here. Now I'm going to click on done. And let's see how good Luminar is going to erase this whole section here. Ta-ta-ta. Oh my gosh. The result that I got here is way better than anything I ever did in Photoshop. I don't believe this. This is unbelievable. I never expected it to be so good. I mean, it needs some work, but now we can go to the stem tool. And I'm really amazed by this. The way the content-aware field works in Luminar, it's just so much better. I gave it like 10 tries in Photoshop. Actually, let me show you so you can see the difference. I'm going to take it. So here I am in Photoshop, and I just want to show you they use a different technology because basically in Photoshop, all you have to do is use the lasso tool to make a selection of what you want to erase. You press Shift-Delete, content-aware. But I've tried on this photo the content-aware solution about 10 times, and look what I got. And every time you do it, you get something different. Let me redo it again. And this actually was pretty good, but it's like completely unusable. The result I got in Luminar was way better. Look at that. It was even better how it was before. Completely unusable. If I go back to Luminar, look at that. I mean, I have a bit of cleaning to do, So now I'm using the stem tool. So click here, and this is amazing. I really expected to have to do some extensive cleanup in Photoshop, and it turns out Luminar did a better job on this one. And that's not how I prepared this tutorial. It's really, I'm really amazed. I did not expect that. I will be using a lot more Luminar to erase extensive elements because it's really good. And I can undo that. I didn't do that right. So actually, let me zoom in. I mean, this is very little work now that we have left. It's really did a great job. I'm blown away. So let me go to zoom out 100%. You're gonna hold on the space bar to move around. It's gonna refresh. It's slower than Photoshop. I'll be honest with you. It's slower than Photoshop, but it does a better job. It does a better job. Look at that. Okay, I'm gonna go there, and then I just wanna clean that up. Voila. Look at that, it did such a great job. I can take even some of the texture. What you can do is you can lower the opacity of the brush, and you can take some texture because it's so random, and I can just bring back like 50% of this texture, and it's going to help sell the effect of that. And I don't want to spend too much time, but I just want to show you the power of this technology to erase elements. It's so good. It's better than Photoshop. I didn't believe it. They told me that it was better than Photoshop. I didn't believe it, to be honest, because I thought content awareness was amazing. Well, I did a mistake here. I can clean it up. And then you can always go to history here. I can go back a few steps. If I mess up something, I can go back a few steps and do the brush strokes. But that's the basic idea here. Let's see here. Maybe I want to clean up that boat. I mean, the boat is fine. It's that thing here. So I'm just going to clean that up. Voila. And there's still some little small things here in the water, but I think most of it is good. Let's look at it from fit to screen. Oh, it's good. It's really good. I think there's still something left here a little bit. So let me zoom back in 100%. But the first time I tried this, I spent about 30 minutes erasing that, and look how much little time it took me. So I'm gonna make my brush size smaller. I just want to go in there and maybe just clean up even smaller brush size. And you hold on the Option key, like take this texture, and then I'm just gonna, and you click. I'm at 50%. That's why it's opacity. I'm gonna put it back to 100%. And one thing you can do is maybe lower a little bit the softness when you want to make something like a little more firm toward that. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Yeah, it did a great job. And then while I'm at it, I can use the stem tool to clean up even further the image. I can maybe clean that up a little bit. This wood here, just clean that up. I want to leave some of it left back, but you get the idea. Okay, so I'm going to click on done, and I'm happy. I'm really happy of what we've done so far. I'm going to save this in case it crashes, because I couldn't believe how fast it erased all of that. All right, so let's go back to fit to screen. I mean, check this out. So this layer I don't need anymore. This layer I don't need anymore. I can just compare these two layers. So that's the final layer with all the things that we've done. Check it out. Before. So that's one thing with Luminar, that it's a little slow because it has to process the image every time when you do before after. So that's the before. We can see the tan. There's a lot of dirt, and that's the after the cleanup that we did. And while we are at it, I want to use the power of Luminar to do more on this photo. Look at that. And so I'm going to add a new adjustment layer. And let's see where we are. This is where we came from, guys. This is where we came from. This is where we are. Amazing. All right, so you know what? Actually, my computer crashed. I mean, Luminar crashed, and I discovered it was not because of Luminar. It's because I had no more space on my hard drive. So I had to clean up a few things, but I'm back. So that's a lesson learned. Make sure you got space on your hard drive. I had to basically redo the retouching, so I'm back at the same spot. So we still have this, before. Look at this and after. I don't believe how Luminar did so well. And the only thing I want to do to finish this is I want to use the power of the light, the sun rays. And one thing I didn't show you, so I'm going to add a new adjustment layer, and I'm going to add the filter of sun rays. And one thing I didn't show you that I realized using this sun rays is, instead of just moving this around to place your sun rays, you can click here, place sun rays, and now you get a little pin that you can drag and drop where you want. It's actually much faster. So I want to put the pin there, and I want to make the sun rays much warmer. And then let's see here, amount, yeah, maybe something like this. Penetration, a little lower. I think it's a little too much. Let's see if I can move this around. Maybe hide this a little more. Yeah, I want a little bit of sun rays like that. It's too much here, but I might just keep some there. Let's say the number of sun looks. Make it a bit darker. So you have to find the right, maybe lens. I'm gonna make them much shorter. Yeah, much shorter, just to have a little bit like this. Yeah, a little bit like this, and maybe a little more. Let's see, and you just play around. Glow is not going to change much because it's just going to make things glow. So that's the radius of the sun. You see, now I'm making it bigger, so it makes a bit of a highlight there. And lens, no, that's too much. Lens, I think it looks too much fake. I think lens is the one thing you need to be careful not to use too much. Just want to add a little bit, you know, just so that the sun would come out like this. Check it out. But it changes the entire photo before, after, because it makes it like much darker. And this is where we came from, guys. Let me show you actually. Let me go back to fit into screen, or minus. And then look at this. Before. Look at this. And after. That's a crazy change. So voila. That's my last project on Luminar. I didn't go into every filter, but most of them. I think the only one I haven't covered is grain, which only adds grain to your photo. High key. High key is good for portrait, to if you want to have the photo like completely blown away. U-shift, I can show you U-shift. U-shift is like, it totally changes the color of the photo. I never use it, to be honest. It's one of those filters I never use. Image radiance we've covered. Matte look. So matte look is interesting. Matte look is going to give you a sort of a desaturated, non-contrasty look. It's just a look, basically. It's like a lot to me. Orton effect, soft glow we've covered, split toning we've covered, sunrays we've covered. Now texture overlay is interesting. Texture overlay, you can load a texture. Let me see here. I got this texture here, paper and fabric. You see, it's just paper, and you can put it over your photo, and then you can change the blending mode. Right now it's on normal. I can make it, for example, on multiply, or I can make it on soft light. I think soft light would be better, and it's gonna add. So you can put the amount. It's gonna add like a little paper, thing. Whatever texture you're gonna put there is gonna add something there. Which on this one I don't want to do, but I just want to show you all the preset I haven't shown you. Advanced contrast we've used a lot. Channel mixer is very similar to color balance. Similar, except of going into highlights, middle. So you just take the reds, for example, and you can play around with the red and change the red how you want. In this case, like if I wanted to make the sunset more, or you can add more green in your reds, or you can add more blue in your reds. I mean, you can really change the color very effectively using this. I personally prefer using the color balance that I showed you, that we've used a couple of times. Now, color contrast we haven't used either yet, and so what that does is basically changes the contrast of the color, and you can pick the color that you want and change the contrast. Now, usually I don't use this one either because I've done so much on contrast already. But anyways, HSL we've covered. That's the one where you play with the hue and saturation and luminance. LUT mapping we've covered. That's when you can add a lot to your photo. We used it for the photo of the Duomo in Florence. Microstructure. So microstructure is interesting. It's very similar. Basically, it's sort of like some sharpening. So for example, on this one, I could use it on some of the tree. I can take a little brush and just use it, here a little bit just on the tree to make it pop a little more, Let's see the before and after. Yeah, I don't like it on this one. But basically, on this one, I use more of the detail on enhancer. I find that the detail on enhancer does better. I'm saving just in case it crashes, but I don't think it's going to crash now that I freed up my memory. Photo filter we've used. Photo filter is great. You can pick any color and just add color on top of it. So I could totally change the color, but I'm really happy with what I got here. We used it also in one of the projects. Split color warms. I haven't showed you that. So split color warms is pretty simple. You can add warm, you can take out warm, you can add cool, you can take out cool. And you just have to play around with these filters on your photos. The adjustable gradient, I haven't showed you. I can actually use this one. What it does is you got top and bottom, and you can like lower the exposure of the top, add more contrast to the top, add more saturation to the top, add more warms, or take out warms in the top. Maybe I do a bit of that. And you can do the same thing on the bottom. I can lower the exposure of the bottom, and things like this. In this case, I'm not going to use it because I'm really happy with what I got. But I'm just showing you what I haven't showed you yet. And let's see what else we got that I haven't showed you. Big color toning. Now, big color toning is interesting. Basically, the whole idea is that you got a top color and a bottom color. By default, you've got this sort of purple and yellow. So if I just use it, it's going to add purple on top and yellow at the bottom, which you can use to recolor a photo. I don't use it that often. You can also change the preset. I could go like violet pink and just, really make this. But the thing is, on a landscape, it can very fast be unnatural, but you should try it on some photos. It can give a look. Brightness, contrast, we've covered. Color topos, that's part of the professional workflow. Exposure, we've covered. Highlight, shadows, we've covered. Top and bottom lighting, we've covered. And whites and blacks, we use it all the time. I know whites and black is to make a black and white photo. No, it's the whites. Sorry, it's the whites and the blacks. So we've covered that. So we've covered everything now. We didn't use everything. So again, don't forget to give a little star to the filter you use. I think Luminar is the best software out there in terms of what it can do for the amount of money, because it does a lot. It does everything that Lightroom does and more, and it does a lot of what Photoshop does. And if you're not a Photoshop expert, there's so many things. Like this sunray out of the bush, if I wanted to make that in Photoshop, I would need a lot of training to really nail that. So I think it's sort of like this sort of perfect software. The only thing that's missing is digital asset management, and that's coming very soon. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this masterclass. I hope you're going to take your photos to the next levels using Luminar, and I will see you in some other training.
All right, I hope you like this lesson. Don't forget to download the entire masterclass. You'll find the link below this video. I hope you enjoy it, and I know Luminar is going to take your photos to the next level.